10 minutes before the hour, Thom Hartmann here with you, and I'm really pleased to have my old friend Richard Greene in the studio with me. He is a communication strategist, author. His most recent book, E=MC², and the New Definition of God. He wrote Words That Shake the World, and is a communications specialist. And in fact, you were the communication and presentation expert who trained Princess Diana.
Was one of those. And by the way, that book, The New Definition of God, is not about Donald Trump.
There you go. So, Richard, tell us why it is that Donald Trump is catching fire.
Yeah, I mean, in any rational universe, you look at Donald Trump and you go, WTF, right? How in the world could this person legitimately be considered to potentially be the leader of the free world? And I've been teaching public speaking ever since I quit my law career to be Tony Robbins' co-worker and help him launch his career 32 years ago. And so I teach the 7 secrets of communication. What is it that a Martin Luther King or a John F. Kennedy or a Winston Churchill, what do these guys do that other people who are not great communicators do? And Trump does almost all of them. There's 7 secrets. And so if you look at Donald Trump and you think about what he says, you go, it's ridiculous, but his communication skills are as good, if not better, than anyone who has ever run for president in many ways.
Whoa! So what are those 7 skills?
Okay, secret number one is effectively using words. The key to using words is not data, it's not statistics, it's telling stories. It's telling stories in present tense, it's putting a lot of detail, a lot of conversation, a lot of dialogue in them. Trump tells stories all the time. They're incredibly effective. Very few politicians know how to do that. His voice tone and his body language are very conversational, with the exception of the APEC speech just a couple days ago.
He read off a prompter.
He doesn't read off a prompter. I mean, that's amazing. My clients all over the world, for them to go in front of a large audience without notes, without a prompter, they'd be scared to death. Yeah. Trump is incredibly skilled at being extemporaneous. That's an incredible talent, and he does it really well.
You learned it from, 13 years of being a reality TV star?
Yeah, and apparently he didn't have notes or anything on The Apprentice either.
Wow.
And so the 4th secret is your messaging, and it's a term that I use, the lasered compelling message. Can you hit a message that is a laser beam, it's not all over the map, and is in fact compelling? And he does that all the time. We're going to build a wall, and Mexico is going to pay for it. I mean, it's complete BS.
And Muslims.
Yeah, and we're going to make America great again, and we're going to win. We're going to win so much, you're going to tell me to stop winning. I mean,
this is really the bumper stickerization of politics, isn't it?
Reality show comes to politics, absolutely. But regardless of what it is, he's using incredibly effective communication techniques. And people are saying, well, how is he getting where he is? It's because he's doing this. So that's secret number 4, his messaging, which is brilliant. It's crazy, but it's brilliant. Secret number 5 is something I call the communication effectiveness continuum. Bad communicators, whether you're running for political office or you're a business person or a salesperson, do things as a performance. You're performing at the audience. You're speaking to everybody but nobody. Great communicators like Ronald Reagan, like Bill Clinton, like John F. Kennedy, like Barack Obama, have a conversation with the audience. You see him there, he's speaking with 25,000 people.
Every person in the audience feels like he's talking directly to them rather than to a. And I mean, this is in radio. This is the biggest mistake that I see newbies in radio make, is they come on and they say, "Well, I want to talk to my audience today," and they're talking. And there is no audience. Everybody who's listening is one person,
right?
And it's that one person and the host. And when I look at the camera, or when I'm talking to the microphone, or when I've got somebody on the phone, I'm only talking to one person. And a good public speaker. And when I do public speaking, I look around the audience and I pick person to person to person, and I'm always only talking to one person.
And that's the way to do it. And you conduct a master class on communication every day, and that's one of the reasons people love you.
Well, thank you.
Secret number 6 is something you know very well. It's neuro-linguistic programming. It's the 4 communication languages of human communication: visual, auditory, digital, and kinesthetic. Donald Trump, visual is the big picture. Are you painting pictures? Are you creating this vision for America? He does that in a very effective way. Auditory, does it sound nice? Is it attractive to listen to him? Both the ideas and the way that he communicates. Auditory digital is the details. That is his weakest part, right? right? I'm going to build a wall. How are you going to do it? How are they going to pay for it? So once he fixes that, if he does, he's going to be even more of a formidable candidate. But kinesthetic, he creates passion, he creates energy, he creates emotion, sometimes negative emotion. That's where all the fighting is coming from. But he's whipping people up. That's what great political leaders do as a communication technique. And then the last secret number 7, is the most important, and I call it authentic passion. He is authentically passionate about himself. But there's still authentic passion, and about his idea, his conviction that he in fact can fix this. Now, he's completely delusional, but that authentic passion is so attractive, and because Al Gore didn't have it, and he wasn't allowed to talk about climate change and the environment, which is something he is enormously authentically passionate about, he quote-unquote, lost the election.
Right, his advisors put him in a box.
Yeah, it was a horrible mistake.
Remarkable. We're talking with Richard Greene. His website is richardgreene.org. It's with an E at the end.
It is.
GREENE.org. And his new book, E=MC², and the new definition of God. We should talk about that one of these times. Well, you talked about that on this program and on the TV program as well. And people can find the video of that. And Words That Shook the World, of course, your previous book. Richard, we have maybe 20 seconds. Is there any way to out-Trump Trump?
Yeah, have Hillary do the same thing.
Have her learn how to do that?
Yeah, she speaks at an audience. She gives speeches she doesn't have a conversation with. She's not kinesthetic enough. There's not enough emotion. There's not enough authentic passion. She's pandering a lot of the time. I mean, I think she's amazing. And if she could be the person that she was when she broke down in tears in New Hampshire, just a little bit of that, bringing that authentic humanness into who she is, people would fall in love with her. They get how incredibly smart
Well,
she
her
is.
advisors just shut up and get out of the way, in other words.
Absolutely.
Just be yourself.
And if Bernie doesn't get it, we need Hillary to be as good as she can be. And she needs to look at what Trump has done.
Richard Greene with an E.org is the website. Richard, thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Always great to have you with us. We'll be back tomorrow. It's the end of the day. Thanks so much for being with us today. And don't forget, democracy is not a spectator sport. It's not, it's something that we just sit around and watch. Just even voting isn't enough. You got to get involved. Tag, you're it. We'll see you tomorrow.